Experts say you spend 1/3 of your life sleeping. I probably spend an additional 1/3 of my life in the thrift store, and one day as I entered those familiar doors, something abnormally sparkly caught my eye. Much like a moth is drawn to a light, I was drawn to that abnormally sparkly thing, and as I approached, I realized it was in fact a dress. Then to my surprise and utter horror, I realized it was in fact my size. And the brand MacDuggal. And to top it off, it was only $10. And then I put it on and it fit me. And it didn't just fit me, it fit me as if it was altered for me. Now I'm sure you're wondering what's so bad about finding a MacDuggal dress for $10 that's in your size. Isn't that fantastic? Isn't that wonderful? It would be, except for the fact that I'm 22 years old and past the acceptable age of prom. So naturally that only left me with two choices. One being to sell the dress, possibly leading to regret for the rest of my life. And two, to enter in a beauty pageant. However, I'm not a pageant girl. Fortunately, my best friend is. Now this is my bestie. She happened to have won Fairs to the Fair, so I could not think of a better person to teach me how to do a pageant walk. Though I shortly found out that it's not just about walking, like it's about smiling and posing, and you can't show your palms, and you have to stop at the right time and turn for the right time, and lots of different things that I didn't even know was a thing, and lots of teeny tiny little details that I got to stress out about for the next couple of weeks. Don't worry, I'll only put you guys through a couple seconds of pageant coaching.
Your next turn, yep, that way. And then as you turn, when you come back, you're gonna bring your hands back onto your diamond and count 1, 2, 3 again before you drop your hands. And
believe it or not, I have sped this clip up as fast as it would let me speed it up, although it does seem like I'm walking the speed of a really old turtle, and that's because I was going very slow, which was kind of hard for me because I'm used to going really fast. I talk really fast as well. So there was a lot of things about the pageant that weren't a cakewalk for me that I had to really focus on the details and get down.
Naturally, I had to think to myself, where was the root of this? Why do you feel the need to do this? Well, you see, my husband, I didn't know this until we got married and I was going through his closet. I found a tote. A big tote. Not just like one of those small totes, one of the big ones.
Full of trophies and medals. And all of a sudden, the person I married is a different person than I knew. This person was winning first place in lots of things. But finding that massive tote full of accomplishments of my husband's made me think about my own life and realize I've never won anything. I've never competed in anything. I competed in one pageant when I was 13 and I won, but that doesn't count because I didn't know what I was doing. And to be fair, I didn't really have any competition. It was literally, I'm not saying the other girls weren't pretty. I'm saying the other girls were ghosts. They were non-existent. I was the only one that entered. So I took this seriously and I really did put in my best effort. Was my best effort good enough? We'll see. It's pageant day! I was doing my hair and I realized I didn't get any footage of it and I was like, well, maybe I should put that in the video, but it's a little bit late for that. So I have 2 strands left, so I'll just show you with the 2 strands. I'm using my Dyson Airwrap. Editing Yazzie here, just ignore the mannequin in the background. I sell clothes online and that's my plus size model, so that's why that's there. Not sponsored, that would be awesome. With the Dyson, it's kind of hard to get curls to stay, but you know the secret. And you can get them to stay. I'm channeling my inner 1700 hairstyle right now, looking very regal. All right, let's spin this puppy down. Huh, perfecto. Mousse, if you use a Dyson, it's like your best friend. It'll keep your curls in, because without it, they fall out instantly, which is kind of disappointing when you spend over $600 on a hair tool. You kind of want it to do your hair, but it's okay. I learned how to keep the curls. I look so ridiculous right now. Oh my goodness. So while I was doing my hair, Lily literally called someone. She typed in like 9 and a bunch of 6s, but it just scares me how close like she could have got to calling 911 because she put a 9 in first. Mom life. It's a dream. I'm just gonna spray it down. All right, pageant time. We'll check with you guys a little bit later. So now it's a few hours later and I am at my best friend's mom's house taking out the clips to reveal the curls. The pageant that I entered was a couple hours from my house, so it made more sense to get ready over there. This process was not painless. The clips really like to get stuck and take little pieces of hair with it, which is unfortunate because I had postpartum hair loss, and so I really need all those hairs. All right, time lapse. I'd like to say that this went exactly as planned, but to be honest, I didn't really have a plan. I just kind of curled and pinned and sprayed. So it's kind of my fault that I ended up looking like a poodle. However, big hair was my goal, and big hair I did achieve. So it definitely needs some refining. Here we go. So getting ready took a little bit longer than we had anticipated, and pageant sign-in was at 3 and the deadline was at 3, and we pulled up at 3. And look how insane the parking was. This was like way up the road. So I had to run in my heels. Caleb let me out at the door. I was in my dress, had to run, but I made it. I got signed in. Everybody else was already signed up, and the lady handed me my number, and it was officially time. And within a couple minutes, it was my turn to be on stage. Here we go.
Yasmin has been married almost 4 years. She is a work-from-home mom to her daughter Lily.
You probably noticed that the audio is going in and out. That's because anywhere where they're not talking, I took out the audio because the music in the background, I'm not sure if it's copyrighted or not. However, I'm not monetized, but I still don't want to get a copyright strike. But I'm halfway to being monetized, so if you will hit that subscribe button, maybe I'll actually be monetized.
She enjoys baking and sharing what she's made with others.
They did take some on-stage photos, so I'm going to pop those up right here for you guys to see them.
Yasmin says she finds joy in making others happy. And this is your contestant number 2, Miss Yasmin Dickerson.
Side note, my name is not Yasmin, it's Yasmin. Yasmin. That's how you say it. Now I know I have a weird name, but still, my whole life it's been Yasmin, even though it's Yasmin. So that's why I go by Yazzie, because it's easier for people. And they brought us all back out on stage to do our little poses, although right now we look like a superhero girl group with our posing, especially the girl who has the cape. I feel like it's very superhero-esque. Then we just kind of stand here for a second with our threatening pointy elbows, which did you know an elbow strike is one of the most powerful points in your body. However, not the strongest bone, that would be your femur. And I know about elbow strikes being very powerful because I have been elbowed many times by a toddler. And let me tell you, even though they're small, it still hurts.
All right, thank you, ladies. You may now exit the stage.
Now you might wonder why I stop here and don't continue walking. You see, I was number 2, not number 1, so it would have been rude to walk in front of that girl. So that's why.
Prettiest eyes goes to contestant number 1, Megan Milligan.
Unfortunately, this part of the video for the crowning is not the best video quality, but this is the only video that I have. It's not very long though, so we should be able to bear it. Hopefully your eyes can withstand the fuzziness for a couple seconds.
Prettiest smile goes to contestant number 2, Yasmin Dickerson.
Now, in my mind, I was thinking there was no absolute way I was going to win Prettiest Smile because I've always been teased for my smile pretty much my whole life. I've had a crooked smile, and I would practice in the mirror, and I didn't smile with teeth. If you look at any of my prom pictures, there's no teeth. So for me to win that, it really meant a lot, actually.
Goes to contestant number 1, Miss Megan Milligan.
This is the moment when I realized I was either about to win or get second place.
Our first runner-up goes to contestant number 2, Yasmin Dickerson.
Well, second place, and I still can't say my name right. And this is as close to that crown as I am ever gonna get. And headed to Chipotle, a place that'll never let me down. Ryan would be disappointed I in fact forgot to slap the burrito. We made one more pit stop on our way home to this plot of land, which will soon be our new home. Our house should be done by Christmas, and I know what you're thinking, aren't you guys a little bit young to be building a house? It's not that much of a house. It's going to be a small house. But I can't wait to call this beautiful piece of property home. And there's Caleb and Lily just like completely walking off without me. Alright, so we are home from all of our adventures. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't a little bit disappointed that I didn't win, but I watched the footage back and I was walking a little bit too fast, and whenever I first came out, I didn't stop and pose. Instantly, I walked up a little bit more and posed when I probably should have stopped to pose a little bit faster. Also, I should have teased the top of my hair a little bit more, but that's just me being nitpicky and trying to like reason with getting first runner-up, which isn't awful. I mean, first runner-up, basically a nice way of saying second place, first loser. But I got a best smile, well, prettiest smile. Didn't bring home the crown today, but I mean, for a $10 dress, I feel like I did okay. This is the first pageant where I actually knew how to walk because I had my friend help me. So, I mean, it wasn't a complete failure. You can't win them all. In my case, I can't win any. Just gonna have to keep trying. No, I think I'm done with pageants for a while. Also happened to be one of our church's missionaries' birthday, and my husband does a lot of volunteer work with them, so I made him some birthday cupcakes, and it's all over Lily's face. Now, if you subscribe, maybe I'll make you some cupcakes too. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we'll see you in another video. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.